Los Angeles, a city known for its glamour and sunshine, is no stranger to surprises. But this Easter Sunday, 2024, the city woke up to a shock that no one saw coming. As the sun rose over the city, illuminating its iconic skyline, residents were greeted with headlines that seemed straight out of a Hollywood thriller. A daring heist had taken place, and the target was none other than a high-security cash-handling facility. This nondescript building in Sylmar, home to a Garda-World cash-handling facility, became the epicenter of one of California's most audacious robberies. The facility, which many passed by without a second glance, was now the focus of intense scrutiny. Police cars surrounded the building and crime scene tape cordoned off the area as investigators swarmed the scene. The scale and precision of the heist left everyone in disbelief. Inside, the vaults were empty, the cash drawers barren. The thieves had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of questions and a gaping hole where $30 million once sat. The target, an estimated $30 million in cash. This wasn't just a simple grab-and-go, it was a meticulously planned operation that required inside knowledge and precise execution. The audacity of the crime sent shockwaves through the city and beyond. News outlets buzzed with the story, and residents couldn't believe such a heist could happen in their own backyard. How could a heist of this magnitude occur in broad daylight, seemingly undetected? The answer lay in the meticulous planning and execution by the thieves, who had a deep understanding of the facility's security systems. The answer, it seemed, lay in meticulous planning and a deep understanding of security systems. The thieves had studied the facility's security measures, identifying and exploiting vulnerabilities that even the experts had overlooked. The Garda-World heist wasn't just about brute force, it was a sophisticated operation that combined high-tech know-how with old-school cunning. This carefully orchestrated operation exposed vulnerabilities in even the most secure facilities, leaving security experts and law enforcement agencies scrambling to understand how it all went down and how to prevent such a breach from happening again. Details about the heist were slow to emerge, as law enforcement agencies, including the LAPD and the FBI, launched a full-scale investigation. What they uncovered was a brazen plan executed with precision. The thieves had managed to bypass multiple layers of security, including surveillance cameras, motion sensors, and reinforced doors. Their method was surprisingly low-tech. They used cutting tools to breach walls and access the facility's most secure areas. Once inside the vault, they cracked the safe, making off with an estimated 7,500 pounds of cash. The sheer weight of the stolen money posed a significant challenge for the thieves, suggesting a well-organized operation with multiple individuals and vehicles involved. While the Garda-World heist dominated headlines, another group of criminals was busy making their mark on California. This time, it wasn't a single high-stakes operation, but a series of brazen robberies targeting banks and ATMs across the state. The perpetrators? A highly organized South American crew, primarily Chilean nationals, led by the elusive Alex Moyano Morales, who used the alias Nicolas Hernandez. From Fresno to Auburn to Clovis, the crew left a trail of looted banks and frustrated customers. Their modus operandi was bold and brutal. They used a combination of brute force and technological sophistication to disable security systems and intimidate witnesses. Their crime spree, spanning several months in 2024, netted them an estimated $2.5 million. The South American crew's success stemmed from their ability to adapt and utilize a range of tools and techniques. They employed signal jammers to disable communication systems, preventing banks from calling for help. Blowtorches were used to break into ATMs, while sledgehammers shattered glass doors and windows. Their disguises were simple yet effective. Construction vests and surgical masks allowed them to blend in and avoid detection. The crew's meticulous planning was evident in their surveillance camera tampering. They used spray paint to obscure lenses or simply cut wires, leaving investigators with limited footage to work with. Their ability to strike quickly and disappear into thin air added to their notoriety, making them a top priority for law enforcement agencies across the state. Section 5. The chase law enforcement's uphill battle. Catching the perpetrators of both the Garda-World heist and the South American crew's crime spree proved to be a significant challenge for law enforcement. The complexity of these cases required a multifaceted approach involving various departments and specialized units. The sheer scale and sophistication of the Garda-World operation pointed to a well-connected network, potentially involving inside information. This led investigators to consider the possibility of an inside job, which added another layer of difficulty to the case. The thieves left behind very little physical evidence, making it difficult for investigators to establish a clear trail. The lack of clues meant that forensic teams had to work tirelessly, often re-examining the same pieces of evidence in hopes of finding something they might have missed. The South American crew, on the other hand, presented a different set of challenges. Their crimes were marked by a high degree of mobility and the use of sophisticated methods to evade capture. Their mobility and use of aliases made it difficult to track their movements. They frequently changed locations and identities, making it nearly impossible for law enforcement to keep up. The language barrier also posed a hurdle for investigators, who often had to rely on translators to interview witnesses and gather information. This added another layer of complexity, as nuances and critical details could be lost in translation. Despite these obstacles, law enforcement agencies remained determined to bring these criminals to justice. They worked around the clock, employing every resource at their disposal, and held regular press conferences to keep the public informed and to appeal for any information that could lead to a breakthrough in the cases. Section 6 Newsom's crackdown, a new era in California law. In response to the surge in high-profile robberies and a growing concern over retail crime, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a series of new laws in August 2024. These laws were designed to address the increasing incidence of organized retail theft that have plagued the state, causing significant financial losses for businesses and creating a sense of insecurity among the public. These laws aim to crack down on organized retail theft, increase penalties for property crimes, and provide law enforcement with more tools to combat these evolving criminal tactics. The legislation was a comprehensive approach to tackling the multifaceted nature of modern retail crime, which often involves sophisticated networks and online marketplaces. The new legislation included stricter penalties for retail and property theft, ensuring that those who engage in these activities face more severe consequences. This was seen as a necessary step to deter potential criminals and protect the interests of both businesses and consumers, with enhanced sentencing for large-scale operations. These enhanced sentences were specifically targeted at dismantling organized crime rings that orchestrate large-scale theft operations, often involving multiple individuals and complex planning. It also created new crimes related to the theft and sale of stolen goods, addressing the issue of stolen merchandise being sold through online platforms. This aspect of the law was crucial in recognizing and combating the digital dimension of modern retail theft. Recognizing the growing online marketplace for stolen merchandise. By targeting these online sales, the laws aim to cut off a significant revenue stream for thieves and make it more difficult for stolen goods to be distributed. The laws expanded police powers for arresting retail theft suspects, giving law enforcement more authority to act swiftly and decisively in apprehending suspects. This was intended to improve the efficiency of law enforcement operations and reduce the incidence of retail theft, allowing for detention based on probable cause of theft, even without witnessing the crime. This provision was particularly important for enabling police to act on credible information and intelligence rather than being limited by the need for direct observation, even without witnessing the crime. Overall, these new laws represent a significant step forward in California's efforts to combat retail crime and protect its communities. Section 7. Will the laws deter future heists? The effectiveness of Governor Newsom's new laws in deterring future heists remains to be seen. Supporters argue that the stricter penalties and enhanced law enforcement tools will send a strong message to would-be criminals. The aggregation of stolen goods value to reach felony charges is designed to target organized retail theft rings. Critics, however, argue that the laws may disproportionately impact low-level offenders and exacerbate existing inequalities in the criminal justice system. They argue that addressing the root causes of crime, such as poverty and lack of opportunity, is crucial for long-term solutions. Section 8. Beyond legislation, the power of awareness. While legislation plays a crucial role in deterring crime, public awareness and vigilance remain essential in curbing robberies. Businesses and individuals alike can take proactive steps to protect themselves from becoming victims. Investing in security systems, implementing employee training programs, and being aware of surroundings can significantly reduce the risk of theft. Community involvement is also crucial. Neighborhood watch programs, reporting suspicious activity, and cooperating with law enforcement investigations can help create a safer environment for everyone. Section 9, California's battle continues. As California grapples with the aftermath of these audacious robberies, the battle against crime continues. The Garda-World heist and the South American cruise crime spree serve as stark reminders of the evolving nature of criminal activity and the need for constant vigilance. While law enforcement agencies work tirelessly to bring those responsible to justice, the responsibility to create a safer California rests on everyone's shoulders.